In human there lies a seed of a dormant potential, a condensed form of energy, the divine spark. It is common concept in Gnostic teaching of almost all traditions and scriptures, because transcendence is universal phenomenon attainable by all keen seekers, not bound to any one path in particular. Known by various names and slightly different concepts like cosmic energy, kundalini, Holy Spirit, Nor, Atman, alchemical mercury and sacred fire, etc. This quiescent energy when kindled and mobilized passes through various energy centers and channels, thereby stimulating and purifying each cell of being, reprogramming and revitalizing it. It is the inner light that illuminates the path to enlightenment. The ineffable essence that resides within each human being, an echo of cosmic consciousness that permeates all creation. It leads the seeker towards self-realization, union with the divine and deep understanding of one's true nature beyond the limitations of egoic mind. It is a realm to be discovered, a potential to be actualized. It is a spiritual path of internal alchemy which one must embark on their own. This divine spark is the potential energy. Potential, because it is present in everyone but is not tapped into. It's in dormant state. It can be regarded as source mother of energies. The seed of divine energy. It is what differentiates physical being from divine being. The journey of souls called life can be overwhelming, challenging, and even traumatic, due to which one can be entangled in toxic patterns of being, ultimately creating the ego. This ego shields man's true nature from himself. It creates a veil between man and divine. Ego is the density, the ignorant and crowded mind. Now, one can live his life entrapped in this vice. The life in one plane. Mere flesh and physicality. Eon of carnal instincts. Or one can choose to transcend. Working on multiple planes. Becoming the vessel of light, the Nor and divinity. The path of contemplation, alchemy, gnosis and enlightenment. Divine spark can be activated by various ways, however the ultimate theme behind it is one. Rising above the ego. That is, when one sees through egoistic nature of one's own self, and accepts it and rejects it at the same time, thereby surrendering to a greater power. This in turn leads to internal alchemy, which ultimately leads to activation of sacred potential force. Setting it into the motion. Now, the first step for the seeker is desire. Not the worldly desires of wealth, fame or authority. His desires are otherworldly. He has this inner yearning, an inciting thirst which is hard to put into words. The appetite and pull that isolates him. The hunger for change, the longing of union with the divine. To be the one with universe. This urge takes him to self-reflection and contemplation. To pursue this intuitive yearning, seeker meditates, prays, and purifies the self. The acts of devotion, self-reflection and purity lit the spark, and activates the potential energy, flooding the seeker with divine love and light. This energy works on multiple planes. In human body there are several centers that connect the physical and etheric planes to higher planes of existence. The divine sparks work on each center individually, thereby purifying and illuminating it. Which center needs more work and light is peculiar to the individual. These energy centers are often termed as chakras. This activation of divine spark is comparable to the idea of light body activation, because it is in fact giving light the permission to flow through the body. It unfolds in a series of stages, each marked by profound shifts in consciousness and energetic experiences. After its activation, one can feel the light energy energizing a particular center, moving up the spine, flowing through the veins, resting at centers and illuminating the body with beam of divine love. The ultimate goal of this energy is gnosis. The awakening. Shredding the veil of separation, uniting one with divine consciousness. However, full-blown awakening is quite rare at first go, because of the karmic energy of our old toxic patterns creating energy blockages, and low-frequency energies like fear, regret, guilt, shame etc. in our DNA. But the activation in itself is a milestone in journey of one's soul. The activated energy rises up to a particular energy center or chakra on its systemic upward movement, purifying the respective energy center. This activates the dormant DNA, and subtle changes in our perception and being start occurring. This is an important milestone in evolution of being, which clears the karmic energy of particular energy center, thereby creating more harmony within one's own self. Some methods like meditation, prayer, yoga, breathwork, acts of devotion and self-reflection, etc. can help with activation of this spark. With activation of divine spark, one becomes the vessel and conduit for divine knowledge and love. The individual starts understanding his purpose, he becomes the flow, light worker and paragon. With ignition of this spark, there comes the wisdom, deep understanding and poise. Aspirations atoned, manifestations concluded, potential actualized. Joy and bliss become the resting state. Joy doesn't mean one doesn't have any hardships in life. But the one with activated spark navigates through life differently. Instead of reacting, one acts with deliberation. Instead of drowning in misery, one uses every hurdle as a stepping stone towards the better self. It is the journey of self-reflection, internal alchemy and transmutation. The awakening doesn't just have effect on spiritual realms but also on the physical planes. In addition to the experience of extreme divine love and bliss, it affects the epigenetics, thus causing methylation of DNA and acetylation of histone, thereby muting the DNA that is causing old patterns, and activating latent DNA that is the essential part of individual evolution. The biological changes to CNS cause increased body vibration. It is like reverse growing. Using the old structure to make new one, influencing physical body, overall appearance and health of the individual. It frees one from ego and material realm, giving profound insights and freedom. Past problems and traumas do not have the same effects, and the individual can see themselves separate from the experiences. The unyielding patterns break. After activation of divine spark, the process of internal alchemy reaches its climax. The individual can harness the energy of each emotion, the raw low vibrational energy, and transform it into higher spectrum of energy. Thus metamorphosis eventualizes, which transforms the individual into a new being of high vibration and clean aura. It frees the individual from entanglement of matrix, and gives more clarity, freedom and purpose. Divine spark is present in everyone, but what matters is who choose to actuate it. The path to enlightenment is not a straight one. Every moment is a new opportunity to choose between light and darkness. Let intuition be your guiding light, work with love, purify the self, embrace the change, stimulate the divine spark residing within you, and be the beacon of light that illuminates the world around.